Hi students, this is Viswanath Chemistry faculty for NEET and IIT exams. In last class we completed some of the numericals related to Boyle's law. See the next one. This one. A 1.5 liter sample of gas having density 1.25 kilogram per meter cube at 1 atmosphere and 0 degree Celsius was compressed to 575 atmosphere, resulting in volume of 3.92 centimeter cube. In violation of Boyle's law, what is the final density of this gas? Students, understand the question carefully. In violation of Boyle's law, what is Boyle's law? Pressure and volume are inversely related to each other. Pressure increases, volume decreases. Pressure decreases, volume increases. Here, initial pressure is 1 atmosphere, volume 1.5 liters, final pressure 575 atmosphere. That means pressure increases or not? Yes, increases. Then volume should be decreased. But here, what is the final volume? 3.92 centimeter cube. So this gas not obeying Boyle's law. Violation of Boyle's law takes place in this case. V1 1.5 liters, P1 1.0 atmosphere, V2 3.92 centimeter cube. Both in terms of meter cube, what is the value? What are the values? Initial volume 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 meter cube. V2 3.92 into 10 power minus 6 meter cube. Initial pressure, final pressure. Pressure increases means volume should be decreased. Okay. So here violation of Boyle's law takes place. In this case, what is the final density? Density, what is the formula? Mass by volume. Say this. Weight of the gas in 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 meter cube. In this volume, gas is present initially. That weight we are calculating. So density formula is density equal to mass by volume. Mass equal to density into volume. Here we want weight of the gas or mass of the gas. Then density 1.25 into volume 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 kg. Next, new density. If we change pressure, then volume changes, but density does not change because initially and finally same gas. That's why no change in the weight of the gas. So we are considering same weight here also. 1.25 into 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 divided by volume. So after doing calculation, we can get D2 final density equal to 478.3 kg per meter cube. Okay. Next, Charles law. Next, gas law, Charles law. It is the temperature volume relationship. This law gives temperature volume relationship. It was proposed by Charles. The statement is, at constant pressure, the volume of a fixed mass of gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. Take some amount of the gas at constant pressure, then its volume is directly proportional to absolute temperature. Absolute temperature increases, volume also increases. Absolute temperature decreases, volume decreases. Or this statement we can mention in another way. For each degree rise or fall in temperature, 1 degree rise or 1 degree fall in temperature, volume of a gas increases or decreases by 1 by 273.15 of the original volume of the gas at 0 degree Celsius. For 1 degree rise in temperature, volume of the gas increases. How much amount increases? 1 by 273.15 of the original volume of the gas at 0 degree Celsius. At 0 degree Celsius, gas having some volume. Now, from this temperature, if we increase 1 degree Celsius. So temperature changed from 0 degree Celsius to 1 degree Celsius. Volume of the gas also increases. How much amount increases? This one. See this one. Volume of the gas at 0 degree Celsius is Vt, V naught. Okay. At T degree Celsius, Vt. Then volume of the gas at T degree Celsius is V naught plus T into V naught by 273.15. That is the meaning of this statement. For every 1 degree rise of temperature, volume also increases. How much amount increases means at 0 degree Celsius, a gas having particular volume, compared to that volume, 1 by 273.15 of volume increases for rise in temperature. In case temperature is decreased by 1 degree Celsius, same amount of the volume is decreased compared to volume at 0 degree Celsius. Understand carefully. So Vt is the volume of the gas at particular temperature T degree Celsius. V naught is the volume of the gas at 0 degree Celsius. For 1 degree rise of temperature, suppose in place of T, if we take V1, what happens? V1 means temperature changed from 0 degree Celsius to 1 degree Celsius. In this case, volume also increases. Its volume V1 equal to V naught plus 1 into V naught by 273.15. Compared to volume at 0 degree Celsius, for every 1 degree rise of temperature, this much amount of volume is increased. So mathematically this is the expression. Vt equal to V naught, if we take as common, 1 plus T by 273.15, and Vt equal to V naught into 273.15 plus T divided by 273.15. Okay. After proposal of Charles' law, a new temperature scale was introduced, that is Kelvin temperature scale or absolute temperature scale. Kelvin is the scientist name. He introduced this one. In this scale, 0 degree Celsius will be given by 273.15. Generally in Celsius scale, starting value 0 degree Celsius. In this Kelvin scale, starting value 273.15. And T degree Celsius is given by capital T equal to 273.15 plus T degree Celsius. See example, you can understand very clearly. 25 degree Celsius is given. Convert this value into Kelvin scale means we have to add 273 for this. 273 plus 25 degree Celsius means 298 Kelvin. Actual value 273.15, but when we are doing conversion, we can use 273 only. Okay, this is also correct. This Kelvin scale or absolute scale is also called thermodynamic scale. So this is the conversion. Celsius value is converted to Kelvin means we have to add 273. Kelvin value, if we want to convert into Celsius scale, means subtract 273. From that Kelvin values, if we subtract 273, we can get Celsius scale value. So in place of this, can we write this one temperature, absolute temperature 273.15 plus T means that is absolute temperature at T degree Celsius divided by this is absolute temperature at 0 degree Celsius, that is T naught. Okay. So from this Vt by V naught equal to Tt by T naught. So general equation, generally we are writing this is V2 volume, V1 initial volume V1, final volume V2, final temperature T2, initial temperature T1. So from this we can write in this way also, V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2. Okay. V by T equal to constant, that implies V equal to K into T. Here K is a constant. So from this we can write V is directly proportional to capital T. The value of K is determined by the pressure of the gas, its mass, and the units in which volume V is expressed. Okay, remember these type of points, these are useful for theory type questions. Next, graphical representation. How can we represent this law? By using graph. Volume is taken on y-axis, temperature in degrees Celsius is taken on x-axis. At any given pressure, in this Charles law, pressure is constant. It gives relationship between volume and temperature. So at any given pressure, graph of the volume versus temperature is a straight line. See this is straight line. P1, P2, P3, P4, different pressures. At particular pressure, we can get straight line. And on extending to zero volume, each line intercepts the temperature axis at minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. If we extend this line, then it touches on the temperature axis at a particular value. What is that? Minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. Slopes of lines. For these lines, if we calculate, if we find slopes obtained at different pressures are different. Slope of one line is different from the slope of other line, but at zero volume, all the lines meet the temperature axis at minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. But at zero volume, that means if we consider volume is zero, all these lines touch temperature axis at minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. But normally for these lines, slope is different. Each line having different slope. And each line of volume versus temperature graph is called isobar. This is one isobar, another isobar, isobar, isobar. Because each line is drawn at constant pressure between volume and temperature. So at constant pressure, a graph is drawn between two parameters, means we can say that is isobar. Here 4 isobars are there. So see the pressure relation. P4 high value, P1 less than P2 less than P3 less than P4. This is the order of pressures for these graphs. And absolute zero, the lowest hypothetical or imaginary temperature at which gases are supposed to occupy zero volume is called absolute zero. Say this, if we extend these lines, they touch on the temperature axis at minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. At this point, at this temperature, volume is zero. That means at this value, gaseous state cannot exist. Before reaching this temperature, all the gases can liquefy before reaching this temperature. So this value is the lowest temperature in the universe, or imaginary or hypothetical value. The lowest hypothetical or lowest imaginary temperature at which gases are supposed to occupy zero volume is called absolute zero. Okay. Next important one, all gases obey Charles law at very low pressure and high temperature. Remember this carefully. At low pressure and high temperature conditions, gases obey Charles law. Okay students, we'll meet you in the next class.